Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 907 of FloWrestling Radio Live. I'm your host, Christian Pyles, joined today by JD Rader, Ben Funky Askren, and you on this NCAA Week Monday. It's here. We're headed to Tulsa tomorrow. Ben is not going. Fake fan, but that's okay. Ben, how are you?
I'm doing well. Jeez, what a rude introduction. I'm ready to make some picks, of course.
Maybe I'm just salty. You're not coming, Ben. Maybe that's the real issue.
That could be it. That could be it.
Yeah, ready to make some picks. We're not gonna do all of them today because my goodness, because we're doing all 8 All-Americans. It's gonna get nitty gritty here for these NCAA predictions. We're gonna keep score too, obviously, as we have throughout the year.
My regular season belt must have got lost in the mail.
It's coming. I have the tracking number for you.
You're right.
So a little bit of some news before we get going. One, Connor McGonigal officially out. We kind of assumed that would be the case. Ethan Oakley is in for App State, replacing presumably McGonigal. Although I haven't seen anything that officially says officially he's out. But
official.
Do
the seeds all just slide up by one then?
They do, and it has some real impact because basically
there's a lot of people moving.
A lot of changed first round matches. Particularly for someone like Jesse Mendez, who was looking at veto in round 2. Now, I mean, I don't know if this is much easier, but Mikhail McGee, it sort of shifts his entire run.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of movement as a result of it. But hopefully not. We don't see a lot of other bracket changes because, as you all know, I already filled mine out and I had to refill it out.
Oh my goodness!
All right.
Should have just waited till this morning, like myself.
No, that's weak. I couldn't wait. Couldn't wait that long. Okay. We ready to rock, James?
Whatever you are.
What's going on?
Let's get it.
Start at 125. How about it? Do you have any sort of structure or plan here, JD, or should we just start saying people?
Just get into it.
Pick names.
Just get into it. All right.
Like, is anybody going to pull trigger on Dayton Fix over?
At 125, I'm not.
At 125, I don't think he's going to quit.
I had the 133 bracket right up.
He filled out his brackets. He's got Dayton win to 125.
Is Tyler pulling any trigger on Pat Glory over Spencer Lee or Liam Cronin?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that.
I don't think so.
I've got Spencer over Glory. I think they're the two best guys. I think that's been the case all year, despite the ups and downs of Glory. I do think there's a few. I mean, you know, you look at this quarter. I have Courtney getting through. I'll just talk through it. You know, you think about the important weigh-in rounds for Pat. Round 1 against Reese Whitcraft. Interesting. And then the quarterfinal Friday morning against, I have Brandon Courtney.
Courtney. Didn't Kaylor just beat him?
Yeah, I don't give a rip.
Twice.
But I actually did the same thing, I think.
Yeah. So that could be an interesting, either way, Kaylor's interesting as well. But I think it'll be Courtney, just my prediction. And, you know, how is he going to feel that second day weighing in at 125? That's a potential match to star. If you're looking for an upset alert. I actually have McKee going through the 6 seed pooling and then taking out.
Oh, yeah.
I have him taking out Cronin to make the semis.
What?
I do have him taken out.
That's audacious. Is that crazy?
No.
I mean, that's not
Well,
totally surprising given
you
the
just yelled,
McGee. I just don't think it's going to happen.
It is surprising.
You think it's surprising?
It is the front side also. We can't forget
Were you
that.
use the word surprise again?
That's right.
You would be surprised if Pat McKee beat
Yes.
Cronin.
Liam Cronin has proved himself to be the 3rd best wrestler this season.
I agree.
That is true.
I agree.
So, while it wouldn't be the most surprising result of the weekend, I could see it happening, but I would still be surprised, yes, if Patrick McKee beat Liam Cronin.
Yeah, Cronin is so much better this year. He beat him twice kind of soundly.
Now, like I said, I do have McKee taking out Steve-O. making it the farthest to the front side he ever has.
I don't even know if he's allowed to do that.
And I do actually have him coming back for 5th.
I have McKee at 5th also.
Well.
That sounds about right.
Well,
He's good in the wrestlebacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe he needs to get down there earlier. Maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah, I think there's a decent chance he upsets Mr. Steve O'Poolin, but I think he's going to lose in the quarters, and he's going to come to the wrestlebacks 5th place. 3-time All-American. Congratulations, Patrick McKee.
Congrats, Pat. You did it.
You heard it here first. Congratulations.
Yeah. Top side, I have D'Agostino, or I have Chaos. I have Cardinale beating Smith in round 1. And then I have D'Agostino beating Cardinale. And then
Cardinale beating Smith.
You have Cardinale beating Smith, or you do not?
No, I have Smith beating Cardinale.
Okay.
Killian is clearly not healthy. And for all the hoopla that arose from Caleb Smith's 5 seed, which slightly warranted, he is still tough.
He is definitely tough. He's definitely tough. He's a top, 13-ish guy.
Tough out there, that guy.
I have D'Agostino emerging in that quarter. And then it sets up a really interesting quarterfinal between D'Agostino and Ramos, where D'Agostino beat him at
he put it on him, too. 9-1.
Turned him at the end, yep.
I still got Ramos coming out of it.
Yeah, I do too.
So I think Ramos kind of wrestles that style that can lead to big swings in matches like that, where he can drop a 9-1, but then he can get D'Agostino next time. I know D'Agostino turned it on at Big Tens, looked great. But still, I think the health is still a slight question going through so many matches at NCAAs. Obviously, he only has to win 2 to make it to Ramos, but I had D'Agostino coming back through the backside a ways too. I actually ended up him finishing 7th just because I don't feel confident in him being able to string together like 7 matches while staying relatively close to full health.
Yeah. Ben, talk through some of yours.
185. Well, I'm not going to lie. I totally forgot to fill up brackets, but I just did it right here. I got Brandon Kaler beating Eric Barnett for 7th place. I think the semis go to Chuck, Spencer Glory, Cronin, Ramos. I did have Cardinale beating Caleb Smith first round. I was actually kind of surprised they punished him so much by not, he didn't wrestle at conference. It almost feels unfair to Caleb Smith. So I have been beating Caleb Smith and Michael D'Agostino before losing to Matt Ramos in the quarters.
Yeah,
so I got McKee at 5th also. I got Cronin at 3rd, Ramos at 4, Cardinale at 6. He goes to the semis and then goes on a semi slide.
Cardinale,
he lost in the quarters.
You have Cardinale making the semis?
No, I lied. He lost in the quarters to Ramos.
But you have him placing 6th.
Correct. So then he comes back, wins his blood round match, and then he beat. Let's see who he beat. Oh, he beat old Eric Barnett in the match to go 5th, 6th, or 7th, 8th.
Holy crap!
What do they even call that round?
Consolation
quarters,
semis or quarters?
Quarters. No, semis are the next ones. Consolation quarters.
Yeah.
But it's not an actual quarterfinal round because people haven't dropped down yet.
Because there's only 2 matches. Yeah.
Right.
Just go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I can't believe you have Cardinale top 6. That's got to be is that your highest seed to placement disparity?
But the notion that Cardinale's this 28 seed I know a little bit justified, and I know we all hate the injury gimmick thing at conference.
But it's not like he's had a healthy season, Ben. He's been.
I understand
you're
that,
picking him over the 5 seed and then harassing Ben.
One of the worst seeds in NCAAs.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
I know that part. I'm not saying the Cardinale seed's terrible.
That was like a Shane. That was like a Shane comment.
No, you're not. You're not listening. The Caleb Smith seed's the bad one, not the Cardinale one. Cardinale has not beaten anyone this year.
Joey Prada? The Cardinale seed's not great either.
I mean, it's fair. What's he done?
Cardinale has no actual losses.
He has no actual wins either. He's not beaten anyone that is relevant this entire year.
Okay, well, Joey Prada, how about that? That's a Virginia Tech guy. Don't get mad.
It was. Now he left. He's at Oklahoma.
Yeah, but your ties run deep.
They run deep. He's from the 804.
No, I think Killian Cardinale can run through there. I would be the D'Agostino match is going to be really tough for him. So then, D'Agostino had a really good Big Ten. I had him coming onto the backside, and then he loses to Kaler in the blood round match.
Yeah, I was not ready for the D'Agostino comeback. I just
You'd written him off.
Well, we kind of hoped for or thought for a while, like, okay, he'll start turning because he missed a bunch of time after Vegas. Then he came back as like, oh crap, he's just not right. And then really, really good Big Tens. It's like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
In the 9th hour, he's returned.
Like I said, I worry about having to put together like 7 tough matches.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Spencer's going to go. I have him going through Big Ten opponents all the way, almost the whole way to the finals. I have
So you got Medley, Barnett,
Ramos.
Yep.
And really, it'll be Ramos or D'Agostino, in my opinion, that emerges from that quarter. And then could see Cronin, could see McKee in the final, but I have it Glory.
That would, maybe not the first time, but if Cronin came out of there, a time a guy won a national title and only wrestled, I guess not only because he'll have Owens or Jordan first round.
Wait,
Never
who?
mind. I was thinking going through the entire conference in an NCAA run would be absurd.
Yeah.
But first round, he'll have Big 12.
I know, that would have been crazy.
Where did they show? Oh, prelims tab. Got it. I could figure where they're showing the wrestling match.
Stupid pigtails.
So
Stupid
that's
pigtails.
my.
Let's go to 32.
My what?
Talking about how dumb a
32-man
pigtail
bracket.
is.
32-man brackets. I thought you were saying you wanted to go the next way, and then I thought you thought it was 132. So my round of 12, I have D'Agostino over Kaler, Barnett over Caleb Smith, Courtney over Cardinale, and Cronin over Medley. And then Cronin over Courtney, then Ramos over Cronin, and on and on and on. And I have McKee getting third over Ramos. Apparently I'm high on Patrick McKee. Cronin over D'Agostino.
Would that be his third straight third place? Is that correct or no?
No, he took 4th last year, right?
He's not.
No, third.
No, he was 5th one of the years.
5th.
He was 5th last year, 3rd the year before that.
All right, I got 5th again for him.
I have Courtney over Barnett for 7th.
Courtney over D'Agostino for 7th.
Okay.
My round of 12, D'Agostino over Unger. Barnett over
You got
Provo.
Unger making it that far?
Mm-hmm. Unger's
man.
tough.
Wow.
I haven't beaten Steve-O.
You haven't beaten Steve-O, okay.
The round before. Here's one I got. Provo over Kaler to lose to Barnett in the round of 12.
Provo over Kaler.
Yeah, I got Provo making a
Losing
run.
it. How do you got Provo making that deep of a run? Jeez
So-
Louise.
He just likes provolone cheese. It's just
That
biasing
must
him in his
be.
predictions.
I do like provolone cheese.
See, I knew it.
No,
he's in the pocket of big provolone.
I have him losing first round to
What?
Ramos. And then he comes back over Trombley. Sorry, Ben, I have him taken out Certain.
Boo.
And then
I was
Kaler.
trying to figure out ways to make certain an All-American. Couldn't get it done.
It's going to be tough. 125 is deep.
Damn it.
There's so many guys I view really similarly here, honestly.
Yes.
And maybe it's wrong. It could be wrong. I should probably.
Oh, that's about right. We've been talking about the parody for a while.
I don't know. I feel like Glory and Cronin, I should have them more separated than maybe in my mind they are. Because like I'm entertaining a Courtney Glory match and McKee Cronin. Maybe I shouldn't, but
I think McKee Cronin is very entertainable.
okay. You
Yeah,
told me to
for
stop
sure.
not 5 minutes ago. You literally told me stop.
What?
Cronin McKee.
No, I wouldn't have said that.
All right. Amy, bring him another cup of coffee. He's fading. He's fading already. What is your plan for NCAAs? Are you just going to hole up in your home
Yes.
and ask
that's
JD
correct.
and I how to watch?
I do have, unfortunately, I have to coach practice Thursday night. So Thursday night, I'm going to miss so much wrestling. But then I won't miss another match. That's it. Just Thursday night.
Wow.
I know, it's terrible.
Why don't you just cancel a Thursday practice one time? Those kids should be watching. They're the future.
We canceled it for state, obviously. We moved it for something else, but no, we figured we got to do it.
It's spring break here. The Outlaws are taking the week
Really?
off, just committing crimes.
Yep. Week off. That's pretty weak, Christian.
I didn't give them the week off. But we're gonna be in Tulsa
the
anyway, so
Outlaws.
it don't really matter.
Mhm.
We're getting after it yesterday. Okay,
Nice.
so 125 is crazy.
You guys already had state, so we got state coming up. So that's obviously going to be an issue.
Yes. Wait, is that like next week for y'all?
So we got regionals this weekend and then state the weekend after that. It is always annoying that it always falls on freaking like
NCAAs.
one of the weekends falls on NCAAs every single time. It's so annoying.
Yeah, that's rough. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else on the 25 front?
No.
Spencer's closest match in the final?
Probably.
Yeah, that's the case. It is so funny how certain times he chooses to turn it up, like against Medley was able to keep it relatively close. And then, in the Big Tens, he's like, no, I don't want this to be close again. And he just destroys him.
Yeah, destroys him.
Mm-hmm.
Will Spencer become the greatest Hawkeye ever
I think
if he wins?
I think
that's pretty much a yes, guaranteed.
Four-time champ.
Well, the thing is, he won't have as high of a win percentage.
As who? Tom?
One of the Williams.
Oh, well, TJ, he only did 3 years. He only had one loss in those 3 years.
Correct. I also, he wouldn't be the pin leader. Yeah. Bannock won 3 and would have more pins.
But
so maybe a higher dominance score and a similar amount of losses.
Bannock you could make a decent argument with because his one loss is obviously an all-time great in Mark Schultz, and he does have an Olympic gold as well. I could see making a valid
I think you
argument.
have to limit it to just college, unless he won it in unless Bannock won.
I don't know what year he graduated. I know he won in '84, but I don't know what year he graduated.
And I mean, also, don't make me say it, but
no Russia.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I know he won. He lost a JV match in the NCAA finals.
No, I wasn't going to say that. You said that. I would never say that.
You busted, Christian Pyles. You have said that.
Never busted. I think he is the greatest Hawk ever if he wins it here.
I think so. Yes.
4 titles, brought home a title for the team, restored Iowa back on top. If only for a time, it still happened.
It did happen.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, there's a decent chance it was 2 years without Corona, right?
They would have.
They were the favorites.
20 and
CP was still picking Penn State though.
Let's go, Penn State Pyles.
Well, they would have because they wouldn't have kept anyone because there's a decent chance they would have won 2 years in a row there instead of 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they would have won in 20 and 21 in all likelihood.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to 33. Man, I cannot stop thinking about this Dayton Roman match. I'll be honest. And every day I just creep closer and closer to picking Dayton for no reason other than,
I mean,
can he do it
very good
3 times in a row? Does seeing Roman get ridden by Nagel for 2 minutes, does that mean anything to you, Ben?
Man, I mean, Dayton does ride some legs, obviously, but oh man, doing it the way Nagel did it is, I just don't know if I see that happening.
All right, TJ Williams, 98-1 on his career. Brent Metcalf, 108-3. Mac Ravy, 96-3. And then after that, it's probably not too much question because you get into Tom Brands, who was 158-7-2.
Start getting the ties involved. Say what you want about Spencer Lee. No ties.
Zaleski won 89 straight.
Good gosh.
Who?
Zaleski.
89 in a row.
Oh, yeah. He would not
84.
stop taunting me the night I won my last title, saying he was better than me because he had 2 more wins in a row. What? Then he tried to hip tossing me in the hotel lobby.
He had. So I was. You had 87 in a row.
Yeah, and he had 89, and he would not let me forget that fact.
Also, TJ only did it for 3 years, but he will have the exact same number. He will have one less match than Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that's crazy.
Barry Davis had over 160 matches.
How many wins did he? I mean, he couldn't have very many losses, right?
I'm trying to find his record here. He must have had a decent amount his first couple. But he had 162 wins.
He didn't lose a lot his last 3 years. At all.
Okay. Get back on topic. 33. I have Roman over Dayton with a small degree of confidence still, despite how great Roman's been. Still just hard to pick it 3 times in a row to happen. Tulsa Magic in Dayton's hometown. It does feel like this is the time if there's going to be a time. But Roman is just such a game champion and it's just like you have to ask yourself, how does Dayton take him down? And I have a hard time answering that question.
When was the last time? No, Ragusin took.
Yeah, Roman's been taken down this year.
Yes, but can he get off bottom? Also, would be a big question in my mind.
Can Dayton get off the bottom?
Yeah, he got ridden for a long time.
Well, so did RBY against Nagao.
That is also true.
Okay, so what are you saying?
Come on, it's wrong.
I just don't see IB. I don't see. I'm gonna have to see it to believe it. I think RBY wins.
Okay, there you go. There's your analysis.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be another 3-2 match or something like that.
Yeah, you have to imagine. There's almost no way it's high scoring.
Or 3-1 if RBY waits until the third to get a takedown, but that seems like that's what it's going to be.
Seems unlikely.
Roman, I don't think rode him last time, did he?
I don't remember that.
He rode him in 21. Dayton got away twice. Ago. Dayton got away twice in their
what are the odds this goes to overtime?
Decent.
Moderate. What about Dayton? I mean, is Dayton would the easiest path to victory be like trying to push him around and get a stall point?
Yeah. I think so. I think he can't.
Is that what was the Penn State finals match with the stall calls?
It was his in 21.
It was his in 21. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. Roman got hit for stalling twice.
Late. And sent it to overtime, and that's when RBY. If it goes to tiebreakers, who does that favor?
Man.
Whoever scored first and gets choice?
I think it's a draw, honestly. I have no idea.
Draw. Well, whoever gets choice, because then one of them rides the other one out and then chooses neutral.
Yeah.
That is a crazy gimmick.
Christian Pyles, how disappointed are you going to be if that's the way the NCAA final is done?
Not as disappointed as I was watching the PIAA finals when they...
Oh, the stall?
I mean, I didn't watch it, but what you described is preposterous.
But the bad part is it's the rule.
It is I don't really understand why that is the rule. I mean, I guess what the initial thought process when someone made that rule is that you're standing up to try to evade the leg ride or something. I guess that's something.
So explain to people who didn't see.
No. So what happened is the Pennsylvania State Finals, AAA, Taylor versus Evans. Taylor's on bottom in ultimate tiebreakers, and Evans puts a leg in, and Taylor stands up. And anytime you're in high school, if someone has a leg in and you're standing, it's potentially dangerous automatically. So if you are the person who is essentially initiating the potentially dangerous by standing up with a leg in, first time it's potentially dangerous. The second time it could be a stall call. So if a guy stands up and then you put a leg in, you get hit for stalling as the top man. If the leg's in and you stand up, then after the second time, you will be called for stalling. So that's how the match concluded. Taylor had already been warned, and he had already been called for potentially dangerous standing up with the leg in. But it's a weird gimmick because he was not like broken down and standing up. He was like in a tripod and coming up to his feet. And then
I threw in the leg as he was coming up.
It was in.
I mean,
it was in. Wasn't as he was coming
I
up.
think I accurately described it though, Christian. They're essentially saying that by coming to your feet, you're trying to evade the leg ride, therefore you're stalling, which obviously I strongly disagree with. I think it's really dumb. What else meaning could they have behind that rule?
I also don't think it was applied correctly because he started the stand-up before the leg was thrown in. The leg was thrown in from quad pod, so he went quad pod immediately, but it wasn't like a quad pod, pause, hold, stand up.
Well, but if you're in a quad pod, you're not on your feet.
But it was one motion. At the same time he comes up to the quad pod to get to his feet, it was just he came off his knees before he came off of his hands.
Yeah.
The leg came in.
Yeah.
Like, watch it happen again. It's so fast. Like, he's clearly trying to get to his feet.
Honestly, the ref had the opportunity to hit him for potentially dangerous again and warn, and that's what he should have done. He shouldn't have called stalling there.
It is a very stupid rule. Just all around.
Well, the whole reason it's problematic is the idea that a leg in on top is like supremely dangerous, which I don't know that it's much more dangerous than other positions.
You mean for the potential they should let them keep wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's almost no injuries from there. I have no idea why it's potentially dangerous.
Make the top guy return,
Yeah.
Make the bottom guy get away. Let him wrestle. You created the problem by saying this has to be potentially dangerous.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree.
I have Dayton over Vito in the semi, and then I have McGee emerging.
How close do you have Dayton over Vito? Because I know you got scores written down there.
I don't have scores, but
really?
No, I don't write a score for every match.
How close do you think? How close do you think it's gonna be?
I think it's gonna be close for sure. I think Vito.
I entertained the idea of calling Vito over Dayton. Ultimately, didn't do it, but
yeah, I think Vito can get a takedown there, but I think it's Dayton 3-1 probably kind of match. I think he could ride him for sure.
Seems more like a 5-3.
I think Vito will keep attacking, so I think there's another takedown in there somewhere.
You might be right. Yeah, that's fair.
Don't forget, Vito beat Dayton at Olympic trials. So it's not...
Carter Young beat Seth Gross, Tyler Graff, and Deshaun Garrett.
Those World Team trials, not Olympic trials.
That was wild.
I know,
Isn't that funny how there's results? Like, I was just looking at Carter Young, the 13 seed. Like, that was multiple years ago. He beat all of them dudes. What
There was
in
also
the world?
a different weight class, and a lot of those occurred on the backside. Vito Dayton was on the front side. Yeah. Still trying to make the Olympic team, not backside of a World Team trials.
Yeah, it's freestyle, though. That's the main point. Like, different skills involved, including Dayton's top work, which I think is a thing. Vito lost to Sam Latona this year.
True.
I don't think Sam Latona would ever beat Vito in freestyle, personally.
I agree.
It's possible.
Oh, okay.
No.
There you go. I have Nagao making that quarter, beating Philippi, and then setting up a Roman Nagao rematch.
The guy with the upset?
Yeah. I have Cannon falling to Orini in the quarter. I really deliberated on that round 2 match between Orini.
Orini's tough to.
And that was with the bracket switch, and Track does not have the updated bracket up because they still have Cannon at 13.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got Philippi making the quarters. I picked him over Nagao.
Oh yeah.
I think
I don't think it's a bad matchup for Mickey.
No, and it just something. It feels like Mickey finally gets a this year for me.
I want to see it, but do I have him placing? No,
I have him placing on the backside, but I do have him losing to Aaron Nagao in that round of 16 match.
Aaron Nagao looked great at Big Ten, so I went back and forth.
It was really good.
If he can replicate what he did at Big Ten, he'll win this match. But I just I don't think he's going to be quite there again. And Philippi gets it done. Something like a tiebreaker match, like a classic Mickey Philippi about to get taken down at the buzzer, or holds on, or something like that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they're gonna be scrambling all over the place. I also have Cannon beating Oreen, Christian in about 191, and then I have him losing to McGee in the semis. Or sorry, quarters.
I
Yeah,
flipped that.
I
Arini over Cannon.
I also picked Arini to win that one. I looked at their years, and I think Arini's just had a better year this season.
Mm-hmm.
Mendez McGee is an interesting round 2 match, but I think Jesse's gonna have a hard time with Mikhail and
Yeah,
all the
I agree.
and also the top position. That could be problematic. Mikhail's really good on top.
Does Mikhail McGee really have 10 losses? Is that correct?
Wow,
That
that
can't
is
be
a
correct,
lot.
right?
I bet
That
it's-
is not correct.
Who put that in there?
Yes. I don't know. There's no way he's getting the four seed. He's
Maybe they put
20
him-
and 2.
Maybe they put McKee's losses in there.
He's got
So-
2 losses, both to Vito. That's it.
20 and 10 sounds like a Pat McKee, not Mikhail McGee. I think that's what happened here.
They got confused.
Yes. Another interesting round 2 matchup with the shift. Ragusin Latona, round 2. I got Ragusin.
Over Latona.
Was that
You're
crazy?
not welcome to be a Virginia Tech fan anymore.
He already beat him this year.
Nope. You can't do it.
Latona just lost to
I actually have
Marini.
Latona winning that match. I after looking at Dylan Ragusin's wrestling stat the other day, I was like, oh my God, he's not had a good year. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's not as good as he was last year for whatever reason. He's got a lot of losses.
He's first or second team Space Mountain roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get some highs, but
I
you're
feel
going to
like
get some
he
lows.
wasn't previously, but now I think you're right. I don't know why.
He always has been. Because, well,
Really?
yeah, well, first when he was making 125, too, that was a big
That
part
was
of
wild. You're right.
I mean, he got
Two.
majored by Foley this year, who
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
even
what
the
I'm saying.
first alternate to get in to this weight. Lost to Mendez in
But-
sudden victory. Got pinned by Dayton.
it. Took RBY down.
Lost to Roman. He had a good Big Ten,
I don't know.
though.
Yeah, 2 years ago, there's not really any crazy losses to the 2022 season. He lost to Foley, but Foley was actually really good that year. And then he lost to Bird, McGee, RBY again, McGee again. There'd be one bad loss, and that would be Anthony Madrigal. But remember, Madrigal kind of where did he even go? Does he even exist anymore?
As far as I know, he exists, but I don't believe
He
on
is
a he's
0-0
not on a
on
wrestling
the
team.
air.
Yeah. That was
Yeah,
when
maybe he's hurt.
he beat like Foley, Ragusin, I think Bird
Yes.
to start his season. And
Correct. The Michigan State Open, he beat Rayvon Foley, Ragusin, and Bird all back to back to back.
MSU Open national champ. So yeah, Ragusin has been up and down for sure, but win over Latona this year. Combine that with Big Tens, he beats Cannon and Mendez. That's a pretty good run there. I don't know. Maybe I'm
I
way
don't
off.
hate it.
Maybe
I don't
it's a
hate it,
reverse
but
jinx
No.
for Sam.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's
it's I
just
sit
not
next to
welcome.
Tyler Meisinger. That could be it too.
I think that's
Definitely
probably what the
plays a
deal
role.
is.
That's one of my main problems in life as is.
But shout out Alabama. I'm sticking with Latona.
Shout out Alabama. Bird Coley Oko round two. These round 2 matches.
Speaking of
crazy.
shout out Alabama, did you guys see that video I shared on Twitter last week?
No.
No, I don't
Oh my
follow
God,
you.
guys, you will. How rude! You will not stop laughing. I'm gonna put it in the doc right now. Oh my God, this video. It's this guy, and he is like a huge redneck, and he keeps saying "Roll Tide," and he's got the biggest cast on his feet. And
Oh, I saw
I'm like,
that.
He's smoking a cigarette and jams it into his foot. That I feel no pain, nothing, no pain. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
I did see that
It's
video.
like the best.
Number 1 seed, baby.
Yeah.
I
Are they
was
really?
that
Are they
guy
good
who's
at
the number one
basketball?
seed.
Yeah, they just had to get a bunch of potential murderers and degenerates, and they became really good at basketball.
Alabama's
Classy.
good at basketball.
This year,
What?
they're also very controversially good.
Okay, got it.
Love controversially good players. All right. I have Vito getting third over McGee. Very chalk. I have Ragusin over Latona for fifth.
Okay.
And I have Bird over Orini for 7th.
I went Orini over Bird for 7th. Our brackets are similar.
I went way different. I went Vito over Philippi for 4th. Oh baby. Nagao over McGee for 5th and 6th, and Mendez over Cannon for 7th and 8th.
Dang, yeah, we are very different.
I went Vito over McGee for 4th, Latona over Philippi for 5th, and Orini over Bird for 7th.
So who did I have Latona getting taken out by? I had Latona getting taken out. These freaking advertisements on. I had Latona getting taken out by Mickey Philippi.
Could happen.
Yeah.
You have Mickey going wild.
We're going wild. Back that he loses in the gown, and then he goes ham.
I hope he does.
Sometimes it happens with seniors. You know, they take the L and they say, I'm gonna send it right about now because I only got about 6 matches left in my wrestling career, and then they just go ham.
That's kind of what I picked. What I had him doing a little bit too. I haven't beaten Ragusan and Orini on the backside, but then he meets Vito in the Conci semis.
Could Vito get sad if he loses to Dayton?
No, I don't
Vito
think
doesn't
so.
get sad.
Yeah,
I have him beating McGee in that Conti semi because I have him losing 1 round earlier than you do on the front side.
Who?
Philippi.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
have him losing in the Nagao on the front side.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about Vito? I was like, that makes no sense.
Not Vito. No.
My round of 12, I've got Bird beating Mendez. Ugh. I've got Ragusan over. I'm maybe way too high on Dylan Ragusan. What is wrong with me? I've got Ragusan beating Philippi and Bird.
You're going to lose some points in this one, amigo.
Yeah. It's not too late to change. I've got Latona over Nagao to place.
I did the same thing.
And I've got Orini.
I went back and forth on that one, though.
Orini over Koyoka. This is, man, most of these matches are really, really hard to predict.
The Mendez Bird one was tough for me to predict, too. Obviously, Mendez beat Bird this season. I really like Jesse. I'm high on him. He could do it, but if he wrestles like he did on the backside at Big Tens.
Triple dipping.
Yeah, he's not going to make it here, but.
Ain't going to make it.
But it could happen. I mean, if he maybe doesn't pick bottom in the Big Ten semis, we're looking at him completely different.
No, he's a 4-1 with 2 minutes of riding time. He was riding the tar out of him.
And then we're like, shoot, could Jesse take 4th? We're like looking at that discussion potentially.
Yeah.
You know?
A big part of my thing is just like the Big Ten is really good at this weight, and it jacked up a lot of the seeds. So I give just a little more benefit for those guys than the other conferences. Fair or not?
Yeah, that's fair.
I got
Very
3 ACC guys placing.
Yeah, I've got
Philippi, Latona, and Orini.
I've got 2.
All 3 of them?
Yeah,
How many ACC guys do I have? I only have 1. I got Philippi, and that's it. Orini and Latona both losing the blood round.
Who are Orini's losses?
Oh my goodness. Let's see. I had Orini losing on the front side to I had him losing early, 190, about 191, which is going to be Chris Cannon.
Okay.
And then he comes back on the backside, and he's going to lose to not 192, Mendez.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's reasonable. And then Mendez takes out Bird for the All-American match, about 527.
Gotcha. I see how you got there.
Oh, baby. You're going to need to show your work, otherwise we're not going to accept your picks.
Same for you.
I'm rooting for Orini to AA because I want to see that celebration.
Oh, my gosh.
What's he going to do?
That was weird. I'll cheer for him not to do that celebration.
That was awesome.
It creep you out?
It was a little creepy. You know, it was a little creepy. Not
he kind of looks evil.
A little creepy.
Looks a
little bit evil.
Anybody who punches himself in the face, though, I'm a fan of. When Trent Hidley does it, tremendous.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I love it because Trent does it when he's both happy with himself and angry at himself.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. He just stays punching himself in the face.
It's a good solution. Yeah, he is a little scary. I should show Caleb that and see how he reacts. Okay.
Show Natalie. See if she cries.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, who knows what she'll say. Okay. 141. I still don't even want to. I don't even want to pick. I don't
You
even
got
wanna be
Bo
around
Bartlett
anymore.
making the finals.
Bartlett over Woods for the chip. No, I've got Real winning it.
I do too.
I just.
Ooh, I went the other way. I got Alirez over Brock Hardy in the semi. I'm sorry, Hardy over Woods, Alirez over Hardy.
I don't think that's crazy. I don't think that's crazy, man.
So close. A couple days ago.
Then
I
again,
Woods taking third place.
Listen, Woods should have won by more against Hardy. He turned him.
Why?
Because he had near fall on 2 different occasions that weren't given to him.
Well, the ref clearly looked at the video and he said there was no near fall there.
I also clearly looked at the video and determined there were 2 near fall.
The referee was wrong in this one?
Yes, I am, Ben. That's exactly.
Well, I mean, do you even have your referee's badge?
I do. I have a.
You are lying. You don't have a badge.
Anyone can make a badge. I have a badge. I'm not saying who gave it to me, but I have a badge.
Not passed your referee's exam.
Depends whose exam.
You probably don't even know the rules.
I know the rules. I know. Hey, listen. I know if you're on your back for 2 seconds, it's 2 points in near fall.
Not always.
Maybe you put it in slow motion. It was only 1 second for real, though.
No, if you're on top, it's not near fall. You can go to your back for as long as you want.
He's on top.
So if you're on bottom.
See, I know that rule too. Listen, guys. It was 2 near fall. Pretty obvious.
Regardless, if it was obvious, though,
and he still won. He still won the match. He still won the match. Who gives a shoot?
You
Who gives a shoot.
I'm picking Woods. I just think I worry about the top position for Andrew. I do think he's better on his feet than Real, but I think Real's going to come out crazy, get that first takedown, ride, and then going to be able to hold position well enough to win. But Alirez can for sure do it. I like Alirez's draw more. Because I almost did this thing where I'll pick Alirez to win because I'm not super confident in Real getting past Hardy, and then at least I'll have the champ right.
Yep.
Which I think for the purposes of our contest would make a lot of sense. But I don't know. I just picked who I thought was going to win every match and wound up with Real over Andrew.
I hate when you fill out your bracket and individually you're like, I think this guy beats this guy beats this guy. You work it out and you're like, there's no way this guy finishes 3rd or 5th or whatever. But that's just how you had it with all the individual all the individual matches.
Then he's got to start over.
You got to start over.
Scratch it.
Scratch.
Dump it. Okay. What do you got, Ben? And why?
I got Alirez over Hardy in the finals. So Alirez looked amazing at Big 12. I mean, pretty much all season. You guys are freaking love this one. Alan Hart taking 4th place, losing to Real Woods. Oh baby!
Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah, I have him losing in the quarterfinal to Real Woods, and then he beats Clay Carlson in the All American match. And then he beats who's he beat? Then I believe Cornella, and then he beats Cole Matthews. I'm sorry, Ryan Jack, and then Cole Matthews. I got Bartlett taking 5th place over Cole Matthews after losing to him on the front side. So I have Cole Matthews winning on the front side against Bo Bartlett, but losing to him on the back side. Cole Matthews is going to lose to Andrew Alirez. And then I have Vince Cornell beating Ryan Jack for 7th place.
You know how I said you fill out a bracket and you're like, this doesn't seem like it's going to happen?
Yeah.
I got Marshall Schwartz taking 7th.
Whoa. So what do you have?
Eighth,
you have him
eighth,
beating Hart? Sorry. You have him beating Hart in that round or no?
Yes.
Well, I mean, he is the 9th seed.
Yeah, it's not that crazy.
He's kind of under the radar. Had a pretty good season.
He did not have as good of a Big 12. So he lost to Hart, and I thought he lost one other one. Am I wrong here?
He injury defaulted out on the backside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
But he had beaten pretty much all the other tough Big 12 guys in the regular season.
Yeah, he'd beaten Hart, and then he lost to him.
He's also a guy you could see going 1-2 or 2-2, maybe.
For sure.
More likely. But it was that way where I was like, well, in this matchup, I got him here. In this matchup, I got him here. In this matchup, I got him here. Could he drop one of those? Absolutely, but
yeah.
So I have him, let's see here.
Is this still Moshe talk?
This is still Moshe talk.
Wow, Moshe Radio Live.
Hey, I got a main.
I mean, you have the 9 seed getting 8th.
I don't think a lot of people are picking that.
Maybe not.
Never know.
I think it's about right.
I got him beaten. I think beating Hart on the front side is big in that round, and then losing to Real, coming back beating Matten. Oh no, that's Hart. Beating Happel, and then losing to Jack to fall to the Cornella match for 7th place.
So I have, if we can move off of Moshe for just a moment, I have Bo making the semis, predictably.
Ooh, beating Cole Matthews.
Beating Cole Matthews. 8-1. He just goes takedown crazy. Just kidding. It's going to be a CN overtime match. They have Alira's beating Bo pretty handily. On the top side, I have Hardy making it to the semi. That's going to be one of the crazier semis, Woods and Hardy. I actually have Swiderski beating Moshe.
What?
I almost did it. If Swiderski just goes demon time, steps up, but
he needs to harness the power of Satan.
Yeah.
That sounds like what Kyrie tried to do in AC finals.
It worked.
Go full Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Get it done. Swiderski is capable, but Moshe's regular season was too good. I think the data points to Moshe.
Yeah, I have Jack taking out Moshe in the round of 12, Hart beating Carlson, Cornella beating Phileas, and Matthews beating Swiderski. Then I have Matthews wrestling back till he loses to Hardy, and then Matthews getting 5th, Hardy getting 3rd over Bo, who I have beating Ryan Jack in the consolation semis.
I have 1 through 7 seeds, placing 1 through 7.
Wow.
Oh my
goodness.
order?
In that order.
Whoa.
Doesn't get too much more.
And then he has the 9 seed placing 8.
That's what you get. Did you just not do your homework, JD?
I did my homework.
Because if the bracket goes chalk, you go 1 through 7, 1 through 7.
Well, now I see why you think picking Moshe to get 8th is some wild thing. You went chalk with 1 through 7. He's like, but wait, guys, I have the 9 seed.
I got real weird. I got real weird there, down on the bottom of the podium.
Oh yeah, that's about as chalk as you can get.
Mm-hmm.
It's so chalk, it's almost risky.
That's right, because
this is one of the crazier weights. Okay. I think that's one of the harder weights to predict, personally.
What?
Yeah.
I almost went Matthews over Liris.
Almost.
I mean, Andrew already got away from him. He took him down. I don't know.
Yeah. Lear's just been too good this year. Unless he has a switch at NCAAs that he flips off, he's gonna go pretty far.
I gotta say, it would be a bad idea.
I think I had him placing like 5th or 6th last year, and he went like 1 and 2.
Yeah, but he's a different guy. He's never looked like this before.
He is. I also feel like he had the Woods. Big 12 is good at 141. I shouldn't say that. Like I was gonna say, he hasn't been like really tested this year, but he has. 141 in the Big 12 is solid. It just doesn't have like a Woods or a Hardy, like that.
Yeah.
Top 3 seed type guy. It's got a bunch of the 5 through 15 seeds.
Yeah. He still does have the Matthews win though.
Not officially.
Come on. No, that's official.
Not officially.
All right. Want to go to 49?
Yeah.
I have John Diakomahalis taking it over Sammy
How could you
Sasso.
pick that big of an upset?
I know. I would not be surprised if this happened. I need to change this. I don't really believe
Uh-oh.
I went Van Ness crazy. I put him in the semis. I lost my
Man, what? Stop.
Listen. It's not too late.
I mean, I am losing to Henson in the quarters.
That's not a quarter.
No, that's round 16.
Oh, you're right.
That's
Oh,
right.
so then you got him beating Pinero? Get out of here.
That's crazy.
Get out of here.
You just kind of want to err on the side of the.
Who was Shane Van Ness's best win this year? That's what I'm going to research right now. His best win. No, he didn't win any of his matches. Guys, his best win was Quinn Kenner.
Jeez.
That's
Yeah,
his
it
best
kind
win.
of seems like he wrestles someone good close, and that's about it. That's why
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
crazy.
Quinn Kenner's did 21 on wrestle stat. What seed is he in the bracket? Like 18 maybe?
I think 20.
Yeah.
20?
What do you think about
18. He's 18.
In my
top.
mind, what?
I said I was right. I correctly and accurately memorized the bracket, and I said he was the 18th seed, and he was.
So for that bottom quarter, who do you favor in the Pinero Caleb Henson quarterfinal?
I got Pinero. That is it's a morning match, which is not ideal because he is a little further away. But I think he's going to get it done.
Pinero.
Yes,
Man. Yeah, I kind of feel the same.
and I actually have them wrestling for third and fourth as well.
I think I do too. Yes, I do as well. I think they're the kind of, for me, I'm just so impressed with both of them. Part of me is like, man, Caleb's a freshman. It's like this stage. Things can kind of unravel a little bit for someone even as good as him. But he's just been a rock this year.
Yes,
Like
he has been very good.
He's so aggressive too. So, yeah, I'll have Pinero taking out Caleb in that quarter, and then losing to Yanni. I have Milner beating.
Yeah, but that's
Max
going to be
Pinero.
a close one. That's going to be like a 3-1, 3-2 overtime potentially. Pinero's going to keep it close against Yanni.
Man,
It's going to be at night. He's going to be feeling good. Oh, yeah, that's going to be competitive.
if that happened, if Yanni didn't win, or if Spencer didn't win, would you feel sad?
Yeah, a little bit.
I would feel sad if one of those guys didn't win.
My
Yeah,
wife's
they're
so
both good
hilarious. Out of
guys.
people she doesn't know, she always feels the feelings for both parties, no matter what. She feels
Yeah.
great for the winner and she feels sad for the loser. And it could be like, let's see, it could be her nephew Luca winning and just some random dude losing. She'd be like, I feel so bad for the loser. Like, what are you talking? Why are we talking about that?
Yeah,
What are we doing here?
I understand that. That's good to balance out your heartless motif, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, look, that's part of the competition. One of the dudes is going to win. One of the dudes is going to lose. I mean, I'm sure it don't feel good, but unless you know them personally, I don't know. It's hard to feel too bad for them.
True, Dad. Okay. Yeah, man, that's just no signature wins yet.
So you walking back
Zero.
that take?
Oh yeah, I don't know what.
Oh no, it's on the bracket. Put it on the sheet.
It's not on the
Done
bracket.
deal. Done deal.
It's not on the bracket. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy.
No, I hope he does.
I know. I can't claim it, but I will. Obviously, if it happens, but I won't.
This is just classic double take from you.
It's a double take, but it's who knows what was going on when I made these initial predictions.
I know you want to say I want to get ahead of this just in case SVN does it.
Yeah, but
I had it picked and you guys talked me out of it.
no, that'd be worse. That makes me look malleable and weak.
Malleable and weak. Yes, exactly.
I have. We're about to have some heat. Me and
what?
Ben. I got Michael Blockus beating Mahler. You think that's a good matchup for Brock, though?
I think, because I think Block
He could shoot himself
shooting, and I think he's going to win some scrambles. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I actually have Mahler beating Murin in the round 12 match.
Oh wow.
I know, and and then the match before that is Murin versus Colin, and I had Murin winning, but in a very, very close one.
Yeah, I had that same round at Miran over Real Budo, and then Miran Mahler. I went
Who'd you
Miran.
pick?
I went
You
Miran.
and Murin?
I don't feel confident in it, but
So I
I'll
have
stick with it.
Mirren losing to Milner, and storming through Chance Lamer, Colin Realbuto, and then Michael Blockus instead of Mahler because I have Blockus winning that match. Then I have him placing 8th.
Robuto Arrington is one of, if not my favorite first round match.
Yeah, they're both tough.
Yeah, I feel like they wrestled at. Didn't they wrestle at
Collegiate Duels?
Yes.
And Robuto won 1 point match, I think, like 6-5 or 7-6.
Yeah, and it was a really weird match because it was like Colin was trying to bonus him and like cut him, and then he got like reversed trying to cut him. I'm forgetting exactly what happened, but it was something like, "How is this match close? It's such a weird match."
Mm-hmm.
I think he was trying to cut him and got reversed and then got ridden out that period or something to that effect.
Yes. Okay, so then I have Henson beating. I got to change this. I went crazy.
So we're all agreeing Austin Gomez he's gonna look like he did at Big Tens and not gonna be able to
maybe a little better, but man, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't imagine him being a factor with how he looked at the Big Ten championships. Losing to Graham Rooks, it didn't look good.
I do have him. I did pick him beating Kenner, but then losing to Arrington. Well, he lost losing to Sasso, falling to the backside, losing to Arrington. Maybe injury default at that point.
I have Gomez making the round of 12.
He is a savage, though.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you what, I'm locked in. Well, he's got to get by Kenner, but I'm locked in on Gomez Sasso when that match is going on. There'll be a bunch of other matches happening, but that's where everyone's eyes are going to be.
Quitter has not had a very good season at all. I'm looking through. He's got a bunch of not good losses.
Who's this now?
Quinn Kinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he lost to Kellen March 9-3. Lost to Nick Stonecheck from Lockhaven, lost to Ryan Burgos from Edinburgh, lost to Nate Higley from George Mason. I mean, I'm sure those guys are tough, but they're not super great.
Yeah. The main thing for me with Sasso Gomez is Sasso all but had him beat at the All-Star when Austin was healthy. Now Austin's not healthy. Sasso looks really, really good.
Yeah.
Had a great performance at Big Tens. Got by a very sneaky Blockus. So I have a hard time picking against him. Then I got Sasso beating Yaya, and then Parco over Blockus in that quarter, and then I have Sasso beating Parco.
I had Sasso over Parker as well. Parker over Mahler, though.
Yeah, I don't think that's...
I almost went Mahler over Parco. He has done it at NCAAs.
And it was very close the last time.
3-2 this season. I went back and forth on that one. Obviously, that would be huge. To AA, because I have Mahler not AAing after that.
Ooh.
Parco, Blockus, or Mahler made the semi out of there. I wouldn't be that surprised.
No, me neither.
All three have a shot.
Yeah.
After I have Milner falling to Yanni in that quarter, I'm going on a little run on the backside, though, taking out Blockus and Henson. Won't be easy, but
who do I have him beating? Yeah.
And then losing to Yaya for the 5th and 6th place match.
I have Milner beating Yaya in the 7th, 8th place match. So I have Milner losing to Caleb Henson in the Conci quarter.
He did lose to him this season, but I kind of went with the whole senior letting it fly on the backside ordeal. Maybe Henson gets a little sad on the backside, but on the rise up, that's kind of the
little sad back there. That Saturday morning session is always pretty sad.
Yeah. So that was my thought process.
Cool. Any other thoughts at 49?
But I do have Henson over Mirren in the 7th place match. But Mirren finally getting on the podium.
Yeah. So you have Murin losing the round of 12, Ben?
I do, which has been long predicted.
Yes.
So I couldn't go back on my prediction now.
All right, 157. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
This is a tough one. So you've got top seed Austin O'Connor. You've got 2 seed Levi Haynes, Peyton Robb, Jared Frannick, Josh Humphreys. I'm a little interested. I have Humphreys making the semis against O'Connor.
Yep.
Wow.
And I think that's an interesting match, too. I'm not writing off O'Connor. Or, I mean, Humphreys
Nope.
in that semi.
Like
Yeah,
I
What are
said,
y'all's thoughts?
people are kind of forgetting he's just because he hasn't wrestled a whole lot and he's in the IWA. But he's tough. Undefeated on the year. Beat Peyton Robb last year.
Barely
at NCAAs.
beat Caden G. Filler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard when you haven't seen him against too many of the other top guys. Makes it kind of difficult to feel comfortable picking him.
Which is why I ultimately did go with Austin.
Same.
Yeah.
But especially with his top game, it can be a game changer.
Yeah. Has Austin been ridden? I think the answer is no.
I don't think so. It's a pretty decent matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have Austin making the final. Haynes' draw is so tough.
I got Indonian taking him out in the
You
quarters.
do?
Yes.
Well, I thought about it long and hard, but I went with
So
him.
then Peyton Robb makes the finals because he then beats Indonian.
I would pick that as well.
Yeah. Andonian is dangerous. I brought that up as one person who could potentially upset Levi Haynes. And that will be right off the scale. And there's people talking about Levi Haynes being very large for this weight class. So I will go with the same upset that you picked, Mr. Rader.
Whoa.
Oh, let's go.
Both of you?
Oh, baby. Yeah.
I'm the only one not picking the hokey here.
I thought I was going to be kind of on my island here. Picking this, but
Well, I thought about him losing in the semi, and I think that's Penn State's record in the semi is pretty preposterous. So I think that's unlikely.
it'd be against Peyton Robb though, who maybe took him down.
Very close. That was definitely should have been a takedown. Absolutely. There's no questions about it.
The thing that would maybe make me want to pick Rob to make the final is actually just his path is incredible.
Yes, it really is. He's going to have Model or Seabright too. He's beaten both of them very easily. And then likely Saldate, but maybe Cardenas. Yeah, I think he wins that one super easy. So he's in a semi kind of easy.
Yeah. But I've got Haynes beating him. And got Haynes over O'Connor for the title.
Oh, Penn State Pyles is in full force.
Penn
today.
State Pyles. Let's go.
SVN to the semis. Haynes
No,
with the title.
that was redacted officially.
It was officially on record
No,
first,
I
though.
think
that was expunged from the records.
I think we can call you Penn State Pyles officially.
It's
I
been
mean, he's the
expunged.
2 seed. So
He is the 2. And I have a really hard time with basically from the semis on for that. And for him, for the quarters on, the idea of him running that gauntlet is sort of like, man, Antonian's so tough.
It's a scenario where you, in each individual matchup, you're like, I got Haynes in this individual matchup. But it's like the probability that he can go
Yes.
through all of those unscathed. To me, it seems unlikely.
Yes.
That's why I'm scared. I'm terrified.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Who you got, James?
I've got AOC over Peyton Robb in the finals. Like I said, Antonian taking out Levi. I do have Cardenas. Robb taking out Cardenas in that quarterfinal. Humphreys over Frannick. And Will Luan making it. Beating Ed Scott.
Will Luan.
So Austin O'Connor over Will Luan in the top quarter.
Interesting. Do I have Luan placing? I do. He gets on the podium.
Who's he going
I
to
got him
beat in that
seventh.
wrestleback? So he's going to have to beat probably Chase Saldate. That is
Yeah.
feasible. Although Saldate has beaten him.
Yeah.
That's what I had. Yep, Will Luan over Chase Saldate. And then losing to Frannick to fall to the 7th place match.
I'm going to go Saldate wins that.
very not surprising. I will say I will officially not be surprised that happens.
Okay.
My official take.
I've got my round of 12. I've got Franek over G, Ed Scott over Cardenas, Andonian over Kendall Coleman, and Luan over Saldate. Then I actually have Andonian getting revenge and taking out
Revenge.
Humphreys beating Andonian and then Rob gets third over Humphreys. Scott beats Franek. Rob beats Scott. And then for fifth place, I have Andonian beating Scott, and then Franek getting seventh, beating Luan for eighth.
This is real time.
Right.
I still haven't completed this bracket because I went back and forth on the Humphreys-Haynes matchup here in the Conci semi.
That's a tough one.
Oof. I don't know.
It's killing them. Who do you got, Ben?
I'm gonna go. Okay, I got O'Connor over Rob in the final. I got Haynes coming back and beating Antonian for third place. I got Scott over Franek for fifth and sixth. And I got Humphrey over Saldate for seventh and eighth.
Okay. Saldate.
I was definitely thinking about making Willowan beat Saldate. But Saldate's beating him, and we need to get Michigan State and All-American. So let's do it.
All right, we're getting Spartans are on the podium officially.
Is that that's probably their best option, right? Because Cam Caffey is a little lower.
Yes.
All right.
All
I
right.
win Haynes. Haynes over Humphreys in the Conci semi.
He did it.
And then he beats Franek for third. I think whoever comes out of that Conci semi takes third over Franek. And then I have Humphreys over Andonian for fifth.
Okay.
Nice.
Reasonable.
I could definitely see Levi Haynes winning this. But I could definitely also I would also think that he could lose Andonian in the quarter, which is the one that I picked.
That's what I picked. But maybe Haynes with the last laugh because I'm outplacing Bryce.
Could see it. Could definitely see it. Okay, That's our 25 through 57. We will conclude on Wednesday with our final predictions. Why don't we do some questions? Anything else you want to get to before?
No, not for me.
We got a bunch of questions.
Yeah,
I did like a few of these.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I actually really like the coach at Arizona State, but the fact that they pulled Emilio Gary for a duel and then a conference, and that was his whole season. That's like, dude, why?
Well, they didn't pull him for the duel. They used him with the rule for the duel.
Sure, I mean, fair enough. Whichever. I mean, but now the fact they wrestle a conference, it's that's kind of what it seems.
I think they got just a little caught up with that win, because if you looked at Emilio the rest of his season,
it was like 500.
Not great.
It was pretty clear that wasn't him. Obviously the talent's there, but you're just not sure this guy. And the thing is, the margins are so narrow at Pac-12. It's not like, I think maybe we talked about it on the phone, but like if you're in the Big Ten and there's 9 spots or whatever, it's just a lot easier, I think, to pull the trigger there. But when it's Pac-12 and you have to win the championship, that's just a big ask. And for a guy that lost to Kenny Herman, Joe Cangro, Mackenzie Bell, Nathan Lucier, Sammy Alvarez, those are all losses. And he loses to Belton by fall. So the question was, is it a dereliction of duty that they pulled his red shirt? I don't know if I'd go that extreme, but it is a little Monday morning quarterbacking, but at the same time, it's not like the Hardy match was his only match. You had way more data on Emilio that said there's a good chance he doesn't, and then you've just lost a year of a guy. And that's where they're at right now. I think it was just probably a short-sighted decision to use him there. Because now what's going to happen next year with is Vasquez going to be back, or what even happened with Vasquez? Was he just out the year with injury?
I have no idea.
I never heard. So Emilio owned it on on social, like, hey man, I took a chance, didn't work out. Like, I think he has good perspective about it, but you only get 4 shots, generally, except for,
Sometimes you get 5.
sometimes you get 5. But for the most part,
Sometimes you only get 3.
sometimes you get 3. But yeah, not the. Obviously, if Arizona State could take it back, they would.
Yeah, I think that's true.
What else sticks out to you? What other questions do you like, Ben?
I mean that was the one that I think is the best talking point. I did obviously the plot thickens. You got to love that one, right?
Well, I tried to ask that one last time, and you wouldn't stop talking over me, so I just had to stop doing it.
What?
I think I started it literally 2 or 3 times, and you just would not stop talking. So I just.
What was I talking about? What was I talking about?
You were just dug in on something at the end of the last show, I think.
I would never get dug in on something, Christian.
Yeah, it was something that was way past, way beyond, and you just wouldn't stop. So I was like, all right, we'll just go. So I'm glad you do like it. Wait, did you read it? At least read it.
No, I want you to read it.
If Dustin Plot moves up a weight, should his Twitter handle be the plot thickens?
Yes,
That's
Yes, he should. Absolutely. He should lock it up now. Although, let's be real, he's not moving up. More likely he goes down to 65.
You think that's the case?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he stays where he's at.
Yeah. Okay. For the order of NCAA finals, what do you think about starting at heavyweight and working down to 125?
Down? Well, that's unrealistic. I don't really hate it, but
It's not even possible.
Yeah, not possible.
It's possible.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
Highly unlikely, though.
Yeah, I don't
I think it's highly unlikely that they mix up the order.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the real Avery Lynch does this thing where someone will ask a question and he'll literally steal it. But his made it in here. Asking which place is worse, Buffalo Gap, Heartland, Wisconsin, or Jewel, Iowa. Buffalo Gap
I think probably Jewel, Iowa.
Yeah.
Dry was a great place.
I have to agree with Ben. It's certain.
Well, not if you're a wrestling fan. If you're a wrestling fan, it's a great place.
I hate wrestling. No, that's true. Man, that is
Short
a good
drive
point.
from Hilton and Carver.
That is a good
and
point.
Cedar Falls. Come on.
Swope, Virginia is a great place to live and raise a family, but if you like good wrestling, it's a harder life for sure.
All right, I got Rich Perez Negron. What's the number one bracket with the biggest fall apart upset potential? I don't think
you can't say 197 because everyone knows that's chaos.
Well, that's the answer.
But
and then
if everybody knows it's going to be chaos, is it really chaos?
Mm-hmm.
Well, paired with that was a funny question from Vac Attack, longtime listener, first time caller. Should Nino be allowed to fight each member of the seating committee one-on-one for his path as the number 1 seed? And I think like you're excited about getting the number 1 seed, and then you look at the path and you're like, oh, come on.
I think
man.
we all said we'd rather be on the other side. We'd rather be the 2 or 3.
100%.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, that path is brutal. For Nino, he only has to wrestle one of Dean or Allred, which is good.
That's good. But then also Beard and Laird is not an easy match either. I mean,
only one of them too.
Semis. Yeah.
I don't know.
Tough draw.
Is it?
But we knew it went deep.
I don't know. Look at Bernie's. I guess. Would you rather have
Bernie's?
Would you rather have if I'm Bernie this weekend? Would I rather have Tanner Sloan, Silas Allred, or Max Dean? I mean, Sloan basically did. I mean, you could say he lost to Rocky Elam, but there's literally. We have no idea how that.
Yeah, sure.
There's nothing that really separates those two, in my eyes.
Yes, correct.
And then you've got, if you're Bernie, you have Rocky or Trumbull in the semis. I don't think that's significantly more difficult than Nino's path.
Yeah.
And then for Rocky, he's going to have to go through Warner in round 2, NCAA finalist, and then Trumbull or Jackson Smith in that second.
Yeah.
In that quarter.
Or the GOAT.
Or the GOAT Andy Smith.
Nick Stimmett.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, you're right. Right. You don't even know who the GOAT is. It's so sad.
Too funny.
So yeah, I think there is definitely some fall apart potential. We could have a 9-13 semi on the top, and you could have a 7-3 on the bottom. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
What are the odds we see 1 versus 2 at every weight? Has it ever happened? I don't think it's happened. I don't
0
think
and
it's very
0.
good. Lowest seeded wrestler who has the best chance of placing, I would say it's Cardinale at the 28.
I feel like there's always someone down there, and we'll say 26 or below that places every single year, and it's
Really?
obviously tough. I feel like there has been for sure. I mean, we got Sheets at 33. Yes, I feel like absolutely every year there's someone down that low.
Yeah, there is. I feel like there's a better option than Killian.
Gavin Hoffman at the 26. He's already placed before.
Swiderski at 24.
Ooh, that's a solid one. Let's see.
Tanner Cook's at 22.
66, 65 is too deep.
Mickey O'Malley.
What's he? 23. Rocky
23.
Jordan. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a big Mickey guy, but he's got moves.
Mickey is so fine.
Oh,
Jackson Turley's already an All-American. He's a 30 seed. He plays from a really low seed one year also. I don't remember what it was, but it was low.
Oh yeah.
If Patty had a better draw, I don't think this is his year to AA, but he could make a little bit of a run. But I forget, I had him going like 1 and 2 or something. I can't remember who I had him hitting in the backside. Yeah, it was just not a great draw for him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the biggest number anyone said, I said 28.
There's gonna be someone low, and so I'm looking through here, and I'm trying to figure out who's gonna be. It's gonna be someone real low. I just don't know who it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Don't look now.
Well said.
Had a
25.
terrible first half of the year. He's looked a little better at the
picked
end.
Nico Provo, didn't you?
Kyle Valencia. No, I had Provo losing in round of 12 or 16.
Kyle has gotten better.
I'm not going to pick him to AA, but he could snipe somebody.
He could. Yes, I see that being the case. What about Brody Teske at 24?
I don't like his draw.
Yeah.
He's 23 now. But I have Brody losing to Bird in round 1. That makes life a lot harder. Then I have him beating Connor Brown and then losing to Teske in second round consolation.
I think I figured out what they did with Michael McGee. Ethan Rotundo's record is listed as 20-2, which should be Michael McGee's record. So maybe they took Michael McGee's record and flipped it with Ethan Rotundo's.
There we go.
What do you think?
People were asking about that.
I
think it's possible.
Definitely possible.
Foy from the 22?
Not bad.
That's not bad choice. He's tough.
Ben, as much as you want to treat NCAAs like every other tournament, how difficult was it for you and your teammates to keep nerves in check?
I don't know. I was pretty good at it by that point. I loved it. Not hard for me. Not hard. I mean, I can't speak for the internal feelings of my teammates. But I tried to always keep things loose for everyone, and I think we did a decent job.
Who's the best wrestler you knew that got really, really nervous?
Best wrestler? It's a great question. I don't know. I'm sure no one's coming to mind. It's kind of hitting me. I'm sure it's someone that's really, really, really good. I just can't think of who it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is a wrestler doing the 24 hours before his round 1 match? Curious about routine and preparation behind the scenes. From Average Seed.
Probably getting a light workout and relaxing, I would guess, right?
That's it?
That's it. What else you need to do?
24 hours
So I'll be done by then.
You might still be sleeping.
Cutting weight?
Last sleeping? Shouldn't be cutting that much weight.
24 hours out, not cutting weight?
No, I mean, guys, if you're cutting a lot of weight at the NCAA tournament, you're going to have a hard tournament. Like you should be very disciplined and not letting your weight get very high during the season.
Okay.
Right?
I mean,
the guys who are losing a lot of weight are the ones who are having these really fluctuating performances, and generally we can notice them. I mean, that's why they're probably not eating much. They're staying really lean, and then they're probably sweating the last few pounds off. But I would think most of these guys are, if they're disciplined, they're staying within striking distance during the season.
Yeah, but striking distance usually requires some work to touch down.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a few pounds of sweating, but I think a lot of these guys aren't getting that heavy.
24 hours before, too. That's the morning before. You're probably not cutting those last few pounds until afternoon or morning before weigh-ins.
Yeah.
So if you're already like
so it's really you get up in the
working
morning.
hard the day before, and you're already sucking out water and cutting pounds at that point, you're in a little trouble, Bubba.
So if you're there, all right, so that's Wednesday before NCAAs. You go into the arena, you get a workout, and then what? Are you just hanging in the hotel room the rest of the day?
Going back, chilling with your
playing
teammates.
Switch.
Something like that. Maybe throw some disc golf. Let's go, baby.
That's a bad idea.
What bad idea? That's a great idea.
You,
I don't think I ever played disc golf at NCAAs, but I played disc golf at other important tournaments.
Yeah, and you cut your foot. You didn't wear shoes.
And I still went and got it done. No problem, Bubba.
More likely, Iowa wins it all or doesn't
Go
finish
for it.
top 4.
Oh, I think both of those are pretty unlikely. I would say I think it's almost zero that they win, and I think it's almost a zero that they finish out of the top 4. But I think maybe that's a little more likely.
They did get tough draws.
Yeah.
Like, worst case scenario for every guy, maybe they finish outside of the top 5 or 4.
I have them, when I ran my numbers into the scoring, I had them getting second. I have Cornell third. Oh, shoot, I should pull that up. I have so many docs open, it's insane. Okay, and I have Iowa State.
Let's go.
I have Iowa State on the podium, edging out Nebraska and VT in Mizzou.
I haven't completed mine yet, so I haven't crunched it.
Is there an online bracketing platform that you're using that already adds the points up for you?
No. I use
You did all yourself, all that work?
No,
I
have a sheet that I plug the team names into, and then it spits out the scores.
Okay, got it.
I can share that with you.
Okay.
Formulas. Excel formulas.
Math. What is it all about? All right, next question. The one seed that is most likely to not make the finals.
Nino?
The one seed most likely not to? I would say Nino.
Real is interesting.
No, Nino's way more unlikely.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just Hardy standing in Real's way. No, pretty much.
Also, Connor maybe a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Probably the third. I mean, you're going to go, let's see. Spencer, almost zero. Roman, almost zero. Yanni, almost zero. David Carr, very, very unlikely. Carter, I mean, honestly, I think he's unlikely, but he's maybe more likely than some of the other guys. So I think you're going Nino, and then you're going Austin, and then maybe Parker, and then Real.
Okay.
Maybe Paris. No, Paris can make the finals.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, Colton barely beat him last year when Colton was clicking.
Yeah.
And Mason was not healthy.
And Mason was not healthy.
I don't want to read this one because I don't know if it's a trick. Do you know what it means?
Is it a trick?
That's the mayor of Tulsa.
Oh, got it. All right, so the question is, who's your pick for the GT Bynum Award? Now, GT Bynum, as we all know, is the mayor of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
How would anyone know that?
You didn't know that?
Shut up. No one knew that.
I did, clearly.
How'd you know it, JD?
This is your wrestling dad.
This is JT. This is his burner account.
This is JD's burner. So we've had multiple mayors, like David Terrell was the mayor of New York in 2016. Tariq Wilson was the mayor of Cleveland in 2018. Who was going to be the mayor of Tulsa? Just the fan favorite. Everyone's going to get behind. It's going to be interesting.
So it's got to be someone who's kind of an underdog.
Could Bryce Andonian?
Bryce Andonian.
If he takes out Levi and then he takes out Peyton.
Bryce is very electable. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm. If Austin Gomez resurrects from the dead,
Oh,
would be
yeah. He's perfect.
Hmm.
Because, like, Oklahoma's not going to have, like, you know, someone really in the running there. That's true. There's going to be a lot of Oklahoma
It'd be
people.
Oklahoma or Oklahoma State. Who could it be from there? Because that'd be a huge contingent.
Jason Hildreth is in the chat talking about Whitcraft making a run, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
But if he did a Sheets-esque run from, what is Whitcraft, the 30 or the 31?
31.
31. He would have to, he is tough. He would have to get a couple favors, kind of like Sheets did.
All I'll say is it'll be a madhouse if Dayton beats Roman in Tulsa.
True.
Yeah. But that's not going to surprise. His run to the finals is
Right.
not really going to surprise anyone.
That's not going to get him elected. Yeah, actually, Dayton has a better shot of actually becoming the mayor of Tulsa, which
Whoa.
you can't rule that out. This would be a great way to launch his campaign. Yeah, I'm trying to think who else it could be. I like the Andonian pick. I think that's a good one. All right. Well, we will be back on Wednesday. We're driving tomorrow safely.
And are we doing the show? Are we doing the show Thursday or not? We decide?
Wednesday. We're doing it Wednesday.
Don't think.
Details are still pending
Yes.
for Thursday.
Details pending.
Thank you guys so much for listening on this NCAA Championship week. We'll be back Wednesday, as I said, not 20 seconds ago. Thanks to Ben, JD, and you for tuning in. So much NCAA content coming out. Check it out, FloWrestling.org. See you next time. Peace.